Assalamualaikum. I am Shujat Ali from Medicos Lectures by Shujat, and today we are going to discuss with you anatomy and osteology of ribs. We are going in complete detail of that. A rib in Latin we know it as costae. It is flattened, elongated and arc bone, comprising of a major part of our thoracic form. Ribs are highly vascular and are surrounded by or covered by a thin layer of compact bone. Now, talking about the parts of ribs, we have posterior end in it, we have shaft, and we have anterior end in it. Talking about posterior end, I have thoracic vertebrae, and this posterior end is going to articulate with one or two thoracic vertebrae right at this position. Talking about shaft, shaft is twisted like I have typical vertebra, so it is twisted for that, just there, and non-twisted for atypical. Talking about anterior end is prepitate, groove-like, and it helps us to determine that this rib that we have, either it is true rib, false rib or floating rib. Now talking about further that what are true ribs, what are false ribs and what are floating ribs. Ribs 1 to 7, they are known as true ribs because they are going to attach directly with the sternum. And the ribs 8 to 10, they are false ribs because they are going to attach with individual costal cartilage, and then that individual costal cartilage will attach with true rib and then with sternum. And rib 11 and 12, they are floating ribs. They neither attach to any individual costal cartilage, they are floating. Talking about the further detail of these presented ribs, we have a head in it and neck, a constricted portion between head and a tubercle. This is neck, and tubercle is basically in the outer posterior area and present between body and neck. Now talking about a costal groove. So we have costal groove on the interior aspect of inner surface of our typical cartilage or typical ribs, This is the costal groove. Talking about angle, angle is basically that particular area where body of the ribs curved sharply. So here is the angle of the rib. Now talking about the first rib, its anatomy. First of all, how to determine the side? We have a very key phenomena for side determination. A very tricky phenomena. We have to put the ribs on a flat surface in such a way that inner convex and outer concave is right there. So if the flat surface, if its posterior end and anterior end will touch the ground simultaneously, here we can say that this is our right rib, right first rib. If we inverse that, we can able to see that this rib, this anterior and posterior surface doesn't touch the ground simultaneously. And first rib is important because it contains nerves of lower nerves of brachial plexus and main nerves of our arm. It contains that nerves and of our arm and brachial plexus. And it is flattened and highly curved, more curved than other typical ribs. If we compare that, we can see that it is more curved as compared to the other typical ribs. Now we have two surfaces and two borders in first rib: superior surface, inferior surface, inner border and outer border. Now we have a scalenus tubercle which is going to be articulated. Here is a scalenus tubercle and it is going to articulate from the two ribs that we have. Talking about the second rib, its length when we compare to the first rib is twice of first rib. And it is also sharply curved. Its body is also sharply curved. And it is non-twisted just like that of first rib, which is a characteristic of atypical ribs. And it gives origin, its rough part gives origin to the serratus anterior. And insertion which it gives is scalenus posterior, just like the scalenus posterior and serratus anterior muscles. Now I have typical rib and we are going to discuss with you its detail. So this typical rib is two surfaces and two border it possesses. Surfaces, upper surface, lower surface, inner border and outer border. And three main parts. This is posterior end, this is anterior end, and this is intervening shaft. This very posterior end is going to articulate with one or two thoracic vertebrae, just like that. And this is a plain variety of synovial joint, the joint that is going to be formed. And the anterior end is going to articulate with costal cartilages and forming a costocondylar joint, which is a primary cartilaginous type of joint. Now talking about the shaft in complete detail. The shaft for typical ribs is twisted, just like this. Here is a twist. This shaft is twisted. And we have CAT, or we can say that CAT, a mnemonic for the shaft, which is curved from C, angulated from A, and T is for twisted because it is twisted. And it's in anterior aspect of inner surface we have a costal groove. On that costal groove at very this position we have upper lip and lower lip in that costal groove. Now talking about that, how to determine that this rib that we have is our right rib or left rib. So for that position we again use the trick. We have to put that rib on a flat surface in such a way that this outer concave and inner convex surface is just at that position. Because it is twisted, so it doesn't touch the ground simultaneously. You can appreciate that rib right there. It doesn't touch the ground simultaneously. So it is our left rib. And in its opposition, I put a right rib. It also doesn't touch the ground. You can see that here it is above the ground. So it is our right rib. And it is our side determination of ribs. Now talking about the 10th rib. 10th rib is shorter, and if I reverse this position of cadaver, so it has only single facet for articulation with 10th thoracic vertebra. Talking about 11 and 12 rib, they are also shorter. They doesn't have any tubercles. Tubercles are absent, and they are going to be articulated with 11 and 12 thoracic vertebrae. And it is basically our lecture on the ribs, anatomy and osteology. Hope you all will understand it. Don't forget to subscribe to Medico's Lectures by Shujat. Thank you so much.